It is that time of the year again where Muslims observe the holy month of Ramadan, which is ordained by Almighty Allah. One major event organized during this period is the Ramadan lecture. The Muslim community in Lagos State Education family is not left out as they also organized Ramadan symposiums.
I pray for you that this Ramadan period, everyone and I pray for it that may Almighty Allah protect us, guide us, and make us the testimony of this earth.
This annual Ramadan symposium, put together by the Ministry of Education, reiterates the importance of this special month.
Ramadan is a month that is very, very precious to all Muslims, as directed by Almighty Allah. That particular pillar of Islam is meant to guide us, to shape us, and to let us remember that while some of us have access to privileges, access to basic things of life, some don't have. And so Ramadan tries to put every one of us at par.
The cleric spoke extensively on the topic retaining spirituality after Ramadan. The students also recited the Quran.
The purpose of fasting is to attain spirituality. The physical aspect of it is the abstinence. Oh, that I am not eating, I am not drinking, I am staying away from food and water and every other thing. So Ramadan is not hunger strike. It is meant to serve a purpose of something that is intangible, that you cannot see. And what is that thing? It's your soul, the soul of man.
The Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board also held its annual Ramadan lecture. Honorable Wahab Alawiye King, in his address, said the holy month is a time of sober reflection, forgiveness, and love.
We've learned some lessons from it, and I want to use this opportunity to appeal to our Muslim brothers and sisters. They should use this opportunity to do their spiritual cleansing. This is a month of forgiveness. They should try as much as possible to stay away from bad things during this month and beyond, and to also get closer to Allah.
Guest speaker Professor Abdul Kabir Olawale Paramole delivered a lecture on the 10 commandments of Allah according to the Holy Quran.
If you are in Christianity, if you are in Islam, make sure
Muslims were advised to continue to show love amongst each other and to people around them during and after Ramadan.
Let us be law-abiding. Let us be God-fearing. Let us look at ourselves and love ourselves. Let's share the love that we are sharing during this Ramadan. Even after Ramadan, it should exceed the fasting period. It's not only during fasting that we must be manly to our people. We must be manly. We must be good at all times. That is the lesson of our lecture.
In Education District 1, the lecture was well attended by students, teachers, and non-teaching staff. The lecture focused on fake news and social media.
Ramadan is not just about diets or burning calories. It's about burning ego, pride, and sins. We don't just do what we want. We do what the Almighty God ordained.
The students should use this month of Ramadan to get nearer to their God. This month of Ramadan to be obedient, to learn obedience. This month of Ramadan to learn forgiveness. This month of Ramadan to learn giving.
The Ramadan lecture, organized by Education District 2, is the 17th in a series.
We are for academics and spiritual upliftment. We don't take it for granted that there is a linkage between your moral behavior and your academic performance.
Guest speakers gave their lectures on fasting as a tool for moral and spiritual rebirth and Islam, the path to success.
There are a lot of voluntary fasts that we must keep to, so that we may continue to derive the benefits of fasting. Then we have another word, moral. It has to do with our behavior, our attitudes, our conduct.
For you to be successful in life, you must rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You must be focused. Secondly, you must do good. You must do good. Àwọn Yorùbá ní ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá rò pé òun máa pàdé Ọlọ́run lẹ́sẹ̀ ògbèjì. Níbo lẹ́sẹ̀ ògbèjì inú sáré ni? Fàlìyàmọ̀lá àmọ̀lẹ̀ sọ̀líhà. You should do the good. Kó ṣiṣẹ́ rere. Gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá mọ̀ pé òun máa pàdé tó òun máa wọnú sáré. Kó ṣe kí ni? Kó ṣiṣẹ́ rere.
Students shared some of the lessons learned at the lecture.
Being a Muslim, it is easier to be successful because you are in the right path and you are closer to Allah, especially in this month of Ramadan, in which the gate of heaven is open and the gate of hell is closed. So they have inspired me a lot, and I have learned.
To attain success, you have to believe in yourself, you have to believe in God, you have to be patient, you have to pray to your Lord, pray to Allah to give you guidance in every step you're about to take.
Education District 3 also put together a symposium to commemorate the holy month of Ramadan. The guest lecturer Ustaz Musa Mohammed Abu Anifa said quality education must reflect on individuals' disposition within the society, because society is a reflection of the quality education received by everyone.
Quality education is that level of education with which somebody becomes useful to society. So if you acquire education and your education is not useful to society, your education is not qualitative. So it has to be qualitative, meaning you have to be useful.
When we talk about quality education, it brings the totality, not just education for its own sake, but education for the benefit of humanity.
On how to be useful to the society and not forcing what they want, or imposing what the parents want on the child, but doing your best and be good.
It's not only maybe going to school or just grammar. But what is trying to say that we should learn more, so that you can impact knowledge on people outside, so we can just contribute to the society.
There was also a Quran recitation.
وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى.
Education District 4 also organized its annual Ramadan lecture.
Some people love each other because of certain conditions. Almighty Allah's love for you is unconditional. It blesses you in spite of your hypocritical attitude to Him.
It's in line with the agenda of the Lagos State government. He has mandated us in the various districts and in the various MDAs to organize this type of program, so that we will not concentrate, especially the children, only on academics. We will not concentrate the students on psychomotor, that is the learning of skills, but the affective aspect.
When you fast, so it will make you fear Allah and you'll be pious to Allah.
It is important for all the Muslims, anybody that has belief in Allah, he must fast in the month of Ramadan.
Moving on to Education District 5, the Ramadan lecture was well attended by the Muslim community. The lecture was themed Yoruba Cultural Heritage, the Islamic Perspective.
The message of today will just tell the students to remember their background, to remember their heritage. Now we are putting that into the Islamic perspective because of the Ramadan season we have. The message of Ramadan is to be good all around.
Students were urged to be respectful, obedient, and be of good behavior.
Islam acknowledges what is good. Islam has taught us, particularly the children, to obey Allah, to respect their parents, and it is very essential. They should greet their parents well, they should obey their parents, they should follow the audiences, the orders of their parents. That I want them to take home from this lecture.
I've learned so many things. How we be careful, the way we behave outside. How Islam has taught us many things. How Islam is related to Yoruba culture.
Worried by the negative influence of social vices among teenagers, Islamic scholars urge teenagers to shun social vices that will negatively affect their future aspirations. While speaking at an annual Ramadan lecture organized by Lagos Education District 6, Islamic scholars lament the alarming rate of social vices among teenagers.
You can use the social media outlet to tell people what is right and forbid them from what is wrong. You can also use it to change the milieu when people are gravitating towards error. You can use the social media handles, whatever platform that you have, to correct their errors without remaining silent.
Allah has given us the halal, the haram. Allah says halal is something that is good, is what you want people to see you doing. And the haram is something you don't want people to see you doing. So when you are operating social media, you are relating with it, and you don't want other people to see you relating with it, it means what you are doing is bad, it's evil. Then you should abstain from it.
I want them to seize the opportunity of this Ramadan lecture, which they have learned to note the fact that the bad side of social media should be moved away from. So everything is a blala that we uphold whatever we have learned that is good in the month and do away with whatever we have learned that is bad in the month.
I learned that I should make use of the social media positively and not negatively. For instance, making use of the social media for researches on my studies, to learn, to do my assignments, and not to make use of it negatively by watching porns, sending of nude photos, doing of illegal art like Yahoo and so on.
Muslims were enjoined to strive to reap the blessings of the holy month of Ramadan, which is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar and observed worldwide as a month of fasting, prayer and reflection.